Staying, mic check, staying true, on code, kings, staying true, on code, kings. Volothan modulus tautology, what am I talking about? Stocks and bonds, handling your business. And there we are. That's where I am today. This is actually my second time making this recording. Volo can't see too well right now. And scheduling appointments to try to remedy that, trying to get that health back in order. Maybe I'll be able to see a lot better after I get some new medication, right? But there it is. Who do you trust? That's the problem. We existing in a world that trust nobody. Without trust, nothing can be learned. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Waste my time even calling you a scholar. You know? And therein is the inequality not equal, right? Between a teacher and a student or her student. Sad. What am I talking about? I'm talking about real hip hop right here. There has to, in the beginning, you had to have somebody that, you know what I mean, gave you those bars, you know. It's like a jungle sometimes. Was one of my first ones, right? Yeah, he was like broken glass everywhere. People pissing in the corner like they just don't care. I can't take the smell. I can't take the noise. Money move out. Guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. Tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes that make me wonder how I keep from going under. Shout out to Grandmaster Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, and the rest of the Furious Five. We'll be back with them, you know what I mean? Now we talking about, you know what I mean, Sugar Hill, Def Jams, you know, that origin, the real origin of hip hop. This is Generation X is creation. We are the creators of hip hop, and it's like we give credit to our elders. That's why we salute H. Rap Brown. Rest in peace. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. I'm about to share some Tim Black. Right. What I've been doing is I've been going on other people's other content creators on YouTube. I've been going to their shows and sitting in the audience when they go live, and just throw a comment here or there and join the flow of the conversation. But I notice everybody's staying true on Code Kings. Shout out to Water God at Water God TV. Shout out to the Black Squad, Kenyatta Black. But I'm gonna share some Tim Black today. I would share some Professor Black Truth, but he like if Tim Black is rated R, Professor Black Truth, he's rated Malcolm XXX. And I don't mean your dirty minds, right? I mean he's somewhere in between Malcolm X and Clarence 13X. Now we talking that, Yeah, y'all ain't ready for those type of conversations yet. You know. Plus, I'm dealing with a 14-year-old. That's why I try to keep my content PG-14. Shout out to Flix Animations. That's my son. And we'll be back. I'll be back with him. I'll get him on one day, and we'll just come on and play a video game as opposed to me sharing lectures from the foundational Black American movement. Yeah, that's a movement too. I'm saying that they're more of the psychological ideology of hip hop, whereas the Hip Hop Alliance is the philosophical side or the Eastern understanding that's using methodologies. But it's all conceptualized by one God, our Father, all the time, hip hop life. One timeline. That's all you get. And you nothing but a line segment in that. So it is what it is. You think you can change it all you want. All you can do is make the best choice. And that's if God gave you the information to make that choice. It just might be your time to go. I mean, there it is. So everything is God's will. So we're going to enjoy it while we can. So I'm going to jump right into this Tim Black. And what Tim Black is going to do is what happened was they said Foundational Black American on ABC News. They took it down less than 2 days, like 24 hours. That's what happened to me. Ever since I've been saying Foundational Black American, they've been blocking my content. I am well aware of computer science and how the logic really works. That's why I started off with giving y'all what a bit is and binary digits and how to translate Morse code into artificial, y'all like to call it intelligence, but it's actually ignorance. Unless you got real good skills at the art of logical thinking. Then you can understand and think for the computer. Instead, y'all asking the computers the questions and it's giving you the answers and y'all confused and letting the computer think for you. When actually you're not. It's just the database that they programmed. So get to know your program. That's the alleged history and how far back we go. You know, some say 100,000 years, some say 200,000 years, some say almost 300,000 years. And yet it's only 2026 after, right? After the zero, right? Which is the origin. I mean, the birth of our Messiah, our Lord and Savior. We will have more conversations. We'll get a little deeper, but I'm not trying to go that deep on y'all yet. Even though my skin is a deep brownish red. I like to say reddish brown. And I know my roots start here with the America. So call me American Indian if you want. And I know the Blizzard King. Shout out to the Blizzard King, right? Now why is his name always slipping with it? Because I always think about PragerU, and nah, that's not no. PragerU is whack. We doing our best to shine light on everybody. So, but let me get back to Tim Black here, because I already ate up enough time to make this a 30-minute conversation. I think. Let me see what I eat up so far. Yeah, 10 minutes, and it's a 10-minute video. So I'm just going to share the video and try not to interrupt, and then maybe clean it up with the last 10 minutes, and then I'll talk about Dennis and what he's going to talk about tonight, because I don't think he's going to say anything good about the brown Amerindians that were here before Columbus, because their hands is bloody too when it comes to slavery and how it all worked out in the end. But yeah, our roots is worldwide. Black is a worldwide phenomenon. Black is, and we'll get to more defining or sharing the fundamental definition of black. Don't be scared of that, right? I like to say it's eternal. But so I was running a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm gonna play a little bit of that today, I think, and I might share that. And let me see if I can get back to this Tim Black. I had the controller right here, right? Bear with a Volo. Damn, modulus tautology. I hope this come out. It looks like my voice is working and recording. I already did a whole show and it only shared the Tim Black part, so I had to redo it. So.
See, they had a segment on foundational Black Americans. They posted it, then they took it down.
This Black History Month, we're highlighting foundational Black American.
And people are wondering what happened. Let's see if we can figure this out together. Okay, so I've come up with 5 reasons why the FBA segment that aired on ABC may have been pulled down. Number 1, backlash from critics of the term FBA. Now, if you're like me, you've had people come at you, jump on your case, jump in your timeline, complaining about the term FBA.
Pan-African.
They got something to say. They say, oh God, this is wrong. This hurts Africans. This is divisive. This is not good. All these terms, especially, all based on the fact that I choose to refer to myself as a foundationally Black American. I say, hey, I don't want to be called an African American. And being a Black American just ain't enough. A Black American, somebody that showed up here yesterday and got citizenship. They're now an American and they are Black. But foundational Black American means we didn't just come over here as immigrants. We've been here for generations, and that, my friends, is important. And some people don't like it to the point where they're trolling us in our comment sections, calling us all types of names. And it's crazy, fam. These same people, if they went to work tomorrow and they introduce a new employee, and let's say the employee's name is Karen. Now you can see that Karen is actually Kenny. If Karen said, "Ho, I'm a woman," they'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize." Because see, they're conditioned to accept that with other people. They'll accept a man is now a woman, but they won't accept that a Black American or an African American is now a foundationally Black American. We got to figure that out. We got a lot of guesses of what that is, but I can tell you I believe it's not based in respect for us. Number 2, political or external pressure. Yeah, I got a feeling that the DNC elites, I got a feeling that those people have been calling up, contacting ABC, complaining, and not just at a low level, I mean at all levels, fam. I believe that the alarm sounded. What these Black people doing? Empowering themselves. What they doing thinking for themselves? If they start separating themselves from other groups, maybe we'll have to give them what they're entitled to. Maybe the country will have to pony up, have to settle the books, have to actually respond to our concerns, our demands, because Black Americans as a whole, as a big group, but foundationally Black Americans are the one with a vested interest who built this country. See, these Democrats, they don't want us influencing their quiet, docile, vote blue anywho base.
Forgot to say, fair use, 1970, I think 5 or 6. Copyright. I'm using this content for educational purposes and entertainment, et cetera, et cetera. Same with the Killer Priest loop. And, there it is, right? They might copyright claim me anyway. I'm not really, I'm just doing this to get the information out there. But it is Pan-Africanist. Democrats attacking foundational Black Americans, calling us MAGA. We're just saying Trump is the president. Now we need to hold him accountable for helping the Black community, the foundational Black community. And he pretty much pointed at the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, saying that's y'all. Y'all the Black Americans, y'all the Blacks. That's what it was meant for. It's meant for you. That's where your lineage in 1865 to 1870 is when they ratified those three, and that made you a constitutionalist, meaning those are your rights. This is what you have the right, the freedom of speech, the freedom to bear arms, the Fifth Amendment, to shut them up, the Sixth Amendment, an attorney. And they taking away all your rights simply because y'all want to go back to Africa. Y'all gotta be bugging.
Who just basically goes along with whatever the Democrats say. If they realized, if they took a step back and said, hold on a second, I'm a foundationally Black American, and I've been here for generations. What's going on with this immigration? What's going on with the responses to our needs as a community? Well, family, that's not going to be good, because now the Democratic Party has to make a decision. Are they going to just continue to capitalize off Black Americans, or are they going to be respectful and supportive of foundational Black Americans? That's the difference. Number 3, internal, editorial, or corporate decisions. So ABC is owned by Disney. And Disney may have decided, hey, I don't know how good this is for business. Yes, Black History Month and everything, but that doesn't mean we're gonna step out on the limb for foundationally Black Americans. We can't go empowering foundationally Black Americans if it cuts on our bottom line, if we're getting complaints from white Americans or Black Americans or immigrant Americans or members of any other entities that might complain about us getting attention. And the thing about this that hit home was, I noticed that Stephen A. Smith hasn't commented on the term. And we know Stephen A. Smith ain't never seen a topic he didn't want to comment on to grow his platform. And what does Stephen A. Smith do? He works for Disney. Yeah. Now, I have no way to confirm this at this point. There's been a question, there's been an inquiry put out by Freedmen Organization, right? A grassroots Freedmen Organization has asked officially to ABC, what up? I don't think they've heard back yet. Now, I can't speak definitively, but I can say I believe there may be something to this.
They scared.
Disney may be squirmish. Number 4.
The Pride Crib.
Association with
Pride
controversial
Company.
figures.
Here they come. ShopRite's all
There
new
it is,
locked-in
the
prices,
Pride Kid
featuring
Company,
even more
you know what I
variety
mean?
and value.
They
We're
love to
lowering
push
and
the
locking
false
in prices
pride on the
thousands of
children.
items in
And that's
store
why I
and
got
online.
beef with it. Disney
Look
right
for the
now.
blue locked-in price
But,
labels.
still trying to go
Store-wide
back,
at
get on the
ShopRite.
ride and
We
everything,
are here.
You know what I mean?
When
Excuse the
coughs
commercial,
linger,
get it off.
use
They got me
Lysol
doing
Air
a whole thing
Sanitizer.
commercial. This is so corny. Like,
The #1 doctor-recommended pain relief brand. Now in a fast liquid gel.
This is why I need to get what's the name? Other version of YouTube. That way I can just share without getting commercials and being a part of it and free advertising. I guess probably copyright claim for that too. Knowing how they do.
The biggest ads of the year are finally here. A huge celebration of creativity on the world's biggest stage. After months of hard work and millions of dollars, they
Yeah, we got to admit, family, that some of the people associated with FBA may be controversial to the mainstream. I mean, anytime you're talking about empowering Black Americans is bad enough, but now you're talking about empowering the most powerful, the most influential of all Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, and you are standing on their business, and your name is Tariq Nasheed. Oh my God. People gonna go crazy, fam. Yeah, they tripping. I believe that may have something to do with it because when I was questioned by the Pan-Africanists and the African internationalists, even people that have come on my program, who I've helped them raise money to run for office, never charged them $1, gave them my platform, promoted them time and time again. They came for me, shitting on me to the point I had to block them. Why? Because Tariq Nasheed. Well, also, they don't like my stance on them.
Baraka Jamu. Now, I voted for him in 2016. Well, I voted for Jill Stein. He was her vice president. So I actually voted for, I didn't vote for Trump or Hillary. I voted for the Green Party, right? You see, when I first registered to vote way back in 1989, I ain't want neither party. I said, I registered independent, and then I was like, I'll look at them and study and learn, and then I'll decide. And I figured it was a waste of my time. You know what I mean? They had a chance to win me over with Barack Obama, but I seen Barack Obama came through the door talking about some benign neglect, especially towards black Americans, right? That's the only group that you can do benign neglect with, right? You're not doing benign neglect with the Pride people. You're not doing benign neglect with immigrants. Only foundational black Americans are the ones being, because we are the children of segregation, right? They were segregating against us, not necessarily Mexicans. They was sending Mexicans back to Mexico, right? That's all they did. They got deported. They've been deporting them since the beginning, right? But foundational black Americans, nah, you can't deport us back to Africa, right? So that's why they created the 13th Amendment. They started locking us up. But if you obey the laws, and the laws is actually God's commandments, especially the 10th commandment, meaning you shouldn't covet another man's land, language, and laws. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all want to burn the Constitution and do anarchy. And I'm talking about the Democrats, so that they can just open the borders again. But
they don't want a border. They think a border is racist. But it was also they do not like or do not respect and had a lot of negative terms for Tariq Nasheed. They said these things. So that may have something to do with it. I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm just telling you I think that may be part of it. Number 5, straight up censorship. Just straight up censorship, the knee-jerk reaction to blunt the growth of anything positive on a grassroots level that supports black Americans. And in this case, foundationally black Americans. See, the fact that we're having a broader appeal to the masses is going to scare some others. And for whatever reason, that's a problem. Yeah, if we have them being co-signed by the establishment, then they see it as a threat from the establishment. It's sort of like anything else, like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, powerful movement, grassroots, way before it was ever put on CNN, way before Don Lemon interviewed anybody or before it was co-opted by the DNC, before it was installed 3 women to run it. It was a grassroots effort, right? I see all movements that are not co-signed by the establishment, prime targets of the establishment. And I believe that FBA is no different. And like I said, this is me being hypothetical, me looking at different options. This could be it. The people that run our system want black Americans to be in one clearly definable bucket, black. Very simple. And that way they could dilute our claims. They could dilute the issues. America owes a new immigrant coming over here yesterday from Nigeria nothing. In fact, the Nigerian immigrant owes America. But you can't say that with my brothers and sisters of the FBA. Nah, you can't. Because see, foundationally black Americans built the country. It's not even a question. In fact, we're the only ones who helped build the country who never got compensated from building the country. Those are the top 5 reasons why. The FBA segment may have been pulled down by ABC. Now remember, I said maybe, because it could be just something crazy like a copyright thing. It could be a trademark issue. I don't know. I haven't talked to Tariq Nasheed or Vicky Dillard or the Black Authority, anybody more closely associated. Oh, by the way, there's been a lot of conversation about who developed the term foundational Black Americans. Look, I'm not sure who did. Was it Vicky Dillard or Black Authority or Tariq Nasheed or some other person? And I saw somebody else saying, hey, that they came up with the term. Look, fam, I don't know, fam. I'm not here to throw dirt on anybody's name. I don't know who came up with what. But I do know it's a very positive term in my opinion, and I support you. We support us because it's about us. It's not about an individual. Hope that we can iron out these differences. All I know is I didn't invent it, but what I am is a guardian of my people and a supporter of my people. And I'm gonna continue to do that. Now remember guys, it doesn't matter if they pull down the segment or not, because you can pull down the segment, but you can't pull down our pride, our movement, or our purpose. Let's keep going, family. My name is Tim Black. If you like this content, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, be one in FBA. Stay dangerous.
Of course, I'm gonna put a link to this this program or the broadcast, or he calls his thing a show. It's the Tim Black Show, and I'm gonna share a link in the description area. That way you can go see it again and check his page out. Subscribe to my page, of course. Hit the like button, and we can take it from there. You know what I mean? Keep growing together. All right. Now this isn't hate speech. We are clearly zero hate, one love here. And I'll start explaining the binary code again and again. You know what I mean? Because repetition, you're talking about the mother of skill and the father of time. Are y'all ready for these type conversations? That's all I'm asking. Turn the music up a little bit. Up. Did I? Whoa. There it is. Sorry about that. You know, here we go. Way back in the days when hip hop began, with Coke, LaRock, Kool Herc, and then Bam. B-boys went to the latest jams, but when they got shut up, they went home and said, there's gotta be a better way to hear our music every day. People getting blown away, but coming outside anyway. We gotta have peace, harmony, and happiness in order to build. Not your enemy, Pan-Africanists, but not going back to Africa. I might go down to the Virgin Islands. I might go to St. Croix. I promised 4 brothers that I'll go visit St. Croix one day. Puerto Rico, I was there for a minute. Puerto Rico, you know. Where else? Cuba, not that, you know what I mean, pressed to go there. But I also want to go to Cali one day. Going back to Cali. Going back to Cali. I never did like that rhyme. LL. Peace and love to you too, brother. So yeah, I'm gonna jump off real quick. I mean, I hope y'all, you know, what I say is it's actually all 5 of his analysis. All 5 are being used to suppress our voice. They don't want us to pull out the Constitution and say, hey, this is us, right? So we need y'all to do this. We need, first of all, I mean, we need, you know, some kind of, you know, reciprocation and reparations. You know what I mean? Because we got grievances. We got years and years of grievances of being at the bottom and being attacked just for being black. Right? Y'all want us to buy from you, but when we try to sell an apple to you, it's I'm not buying an apple off of you. That's what's happening. You know what I mean? Trying to sell more than crack rocks, right? Trying to sell bottles of water. Shout out to Getting the Water Guy. I'm gonna share some more of your stuff. Dennis Sperling, the Blizzard King. He's supposed to have an interesting show tonight at 8 o'clock. Tim Black is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I usually go check him out 10:30. And whenever everybody jumps on, like that's kind of my thing right now. I'm trying to see what time people are on and what their schedule is like, so that I don't have to do conflict in my scheduling. But yeah, my presentation and shows is going to be basically just playing a game and laughing and enjoying life. I ain't got time to be arguing with people that just want to argue to be for the sake of being arguing. Because we dealing with a lot of people that's ignorant just to be ignorant. This shit is corny, like, and I don't want to. I ain't trying to point at people judging them and doing that. I'll just say that I love the way Dave Chappelle does it. I'm not a big fan of Corey Holcomb. I'll just say it like that. That's all, right? We get it. You know, one is more gutter than the other, but you know what I mean. You're taking that gutter too far. It's just corny. So when you disrespect another man's wife, man, they going like that's breaking the 10th commandment. It's not a good thing, yo. It's not a good thing. All right. So that's my only advice to y'all. Stop all this bickering and fighting and arguing and gossiping and judging. That's Matthew 7. All that judge or be judged, judge not, right? You ain't supposed to be judging each other. You're supposed to be loving each other. That's Matthew 5:20 something. We'll do some more Bible studies. I usually do that on Wednesdays with my god brother now. I know his show comes on Wednesdays. Well, not a show, but he does a Bible study on Wednesdays. I think around 7 or 8 o'clock. I'll see what time he's willing to do that, and I'll make sure I'll share that with y'all too, just to get a little Bible in there. And you know, I'm staying away from the Quran because you know y'all get real sensitive. A lot of Muslims get real sensitive, and somebody just reading a book. That's weird, yo. But there it is. So I'm out. I already gave y'all too much time. 33 minutes is perfect. So I had fun doing this. Hopefully it recorded everything, and I'll elaborate on binary digits and the game that I'm playing is Dragon Quest 3. I'm doing a little bit of Dragon Quest 11 too on the side, and I'm still trying to fix a lot of hardware, software, and all the above. So one God, our Father. Oh, let me do one more Rakim right quick, right? Which one should I do? Oh, I was a fiend, right? I was a fiend before I became a teen. I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream, using orientated. So when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. I grabbed the mic and tried to say yes, sure. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool. Cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, then I jet back to the lab without a mic to grab and contemplate on all the rhymes I have. And shout out to Killer Priest, right? I was a king that spit like an Elohim, holding microphones inside of strobes of light beams. Ooh. It's 4 colors to life. Well, 3 primary colors. And then the canvas is always black or white. There it is. There it is. So, I'll holler at y'all later. We'll be back with more of the red, the deep blue, and the green. How I supposed to know? One God, our Father, all the time, hip-hop life. Nothing beats mother love. God is love, hip-hop is life. Time is precious. Money, man, that ain't nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist. You see, you lose your money, you lose nothing. You lose your health. Yes, trust me, I'm going through it. You lose a little something. You lose something. You lose your character. You lose everything. Styles P shared that. The harmony, happiness, and peace be unto you. One, God is understood. Enjoy the timeline.